What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Pete from As Simple as Possible. Now, let's talk today a little bit about motivation, because I've been talking to a few people lately, and I think the world has forgotten what the word motivation is all about. So up on my screen here, let's pull a few things up. First up, I want to talk about how so many people, and particularly in a gym and a fitness setting, because obviously that's what we do here. People say, I'm lacking motivation to go and have my workouts, and I think we need to be a little bit careful here about what we say motivation is, because motivation very often gets confused with passion. And I'm going to come back to that in a minute. Now, let's just use the Google definition of motivation here. So, motivation is a reason or reasons for acting or behaving in a particular way. So, it's a reason. It's nothing more than that. Now, very often you hear people say, I just don't have the drive to get up and go to the gym. I want to look like X, and I want to feel like this. I've got an event coming. That sounds like a reason to me. You know what I mean? You've got a reason to go to the gym. What's actually lacking there is the willpower to go. You don't feel like it, essentially. Now, that's not motivation. The motivation is actually there. What most people are thinking of when they say I don't have the motivation is I don't have the passion. So they don't see you see people who are super energetic. They're like, I love running, love going, love doing. They got fitness motivations out the wahoo. All these kind of pictures up on the screen here. Like the things like I can, I will, end of story. And they live and they breathe that. That's passion. Very rarely does that just come out of the blue. It does, and it's wonderful when you have that. But often it takes training to develop passion. And by training, I mean often you need to get good at something to think, you know what, now I really feel like I'm starting to make progress on this. And that's when you start to either A, decide that, I actually don't like this because it's really hurting and it's not my jam, or I'm loving what I'm doing here. This is awesome. Let's keep seeing how far I can take it. Now that's passion. So passion and motivation, this is really grey, blurred area that goes in between them. So I think we need to sort of cover that first. Now, the inherent problem with motivation is that we live in an incentivized world. So we often think that you need to have, we need an incentive to be motivated. And a lot of businesses operate on this structure. Now, what's really cool is there's a TED Talk that I've got up here, and it's by Dan Pink. Now, this is a pretty old TED Talk. It's back from down here, it says 2009. This guy's a career analyst. Now, he talks about when he studied at university, he did law and was pretty shite at it, to be honest, according to his own words. Now, but what he does say that's really awesome is he talks about the business and corporate structure of incentivization. So, they offer reward schemes, or if you get X amount of sales, then we'll give you commission. So those kind of bits and people, that is incentivized motivation. So you are empowered by somebody else, an external force, to do a good job at whatever that happens to be. What that doesn't promote is that doesn't teach you how to do it for yourself. So for things, and particularly when it comes to fitness and health, you're doing it for you. I mean, I'm sure, I can't think of one right now, I'm sure there's a situation when you do it for someone else. Maybe when you're getting married and you're going on your honeymoon, you're doing it for someone else. But no, your health and your fitness, you're doing it for your training for the marathon, the race, whatever, the swim, whatever it happens to be. It's about you, man. About you, and no one else can really help you on that journey. What we need to think about is how do we then take the incentive out and train willpower? So you know that you need to go and train for X, or you know that you want to feel a certain way. We live in a world of instant gratification. You want to go and have a movie? Cool, Netflix. You want to go and have takeaway? Cool. You go to the latest fast food. You don't even have to do that nowadays. You can just do Uber Eats and have it delivered to you. Man, it's easy to have things so fast now. We need to practice willpower, and we can do that through several steps. Now, I'm going to come back to things like preparedness and celebration of your milestone steps. But to sum up what I just kind of said there is willpower is such a forgotten skill nowadays. And we need to look at it, analyze, and be really honest to ourselves in, you know what? I really need to run today. Just do it. You know, once you get started, 9 times out of 10, you're going to feel really good. You know, once you're in, your body's warm and you're starting to sweat, put some music in your ears. There are ways you can help yourself feel good. Take those steps. You know what those steps are. Often when people have personal training, they usually know what they need to do. You need to eat healthy, need to do some basic exercise. But God, that's hard to do on your own. So that's why people really love personal training. I mean, yes, there are specialist cases where you need specialist training and techniques and that expert advice. But a lot of the time it comes down to, I need to eat healthy, I need to go to the gym, or I need to go and do some sort of physical exercise, and I can't. And so it's about mindset change. Now, what can we do then to help build our own motivation? So there's a lot of really cool things out there. There's some great articles for a start. So I would encourage you, before you go, just sit here and go, you know what, I'm going to flick my motivation around, I'm going to change things over. Let's have a look at this. Some great articles. So this is one by Daily Burn. So full credit to these guys, because this is not bad. And there's lots and lots and lots of articles on the 4 greatest ways to get motivation. These guys actually kind of tap into the incentivization mechanic. So, give yourself a real reward. Now, what you can do is create a habit loop, is something they refer to down here. And you can give yourself, I can't watch Netflix until I go for my run, or do X, or create whatever it happens to be. So you make it a tangible response. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you take something away, but that you say, by doing X, I get Y. Cool, that's step 1. If we scroll down, sign a commitment contract. You don't want to go and get a personal trainer? That's fine. There's costs and all kinds of things involved with that. Do it with a friend, do it with a family member. Do something that makes you accountable by having someone else watch your back. And at times, give you a push and maybe grind your gears a little bit. That's sometimes all it takes, is to think, you know what, cool, I'm going to get out and about. And then rethink, I love this one. I love this one. Rethink positive thinking. And that's where things like fitness motivation, these little quotes and whatnot, can come into play. Now, look, there's different courses for different horses. Maybe you're into the whole striated look. You're into, whatever your jam is, and on where there's no right or wrong here. Whatever gets you up in the morning and thinks, I want to look like that. I want to feel like this. And look, yes, there's body image issues, and I'm not covering any of that today. But whatever it takes for you to think, you know what, I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to go and do that workout. I'm going to go and do it. Use those tools. Okay. What else have we got here? So then one of the things I really like is you can go and find, so some people respond well to images, some people respond well to videos. I really like seeing things about people helping other people in humanity. So there's a really cool video here. This is a triathlon video, right? Now this is a gentleman called Johnny Brownlee. So this is in the World Series, and he needed to win this race to secure the overall championship. So it's not the last race in this series, but if he won this one, then he had it locked away. Johnny Brownlee is currently in first place. Let me just make sure I just turn the music off in the background. Johnny Brownlee is in first place. Behind him is his brother, Alistair, cool, who is the twin of him and is currently current Olympic champion back in 2016. And just watch what happens here.
Of time, and he's losing.
He's 500 meters.
He's losing his sense of direction. This is worrying. Oh, goodness me. This is a horrible sight. Jonathan Brownlee has lost it now and has staggered to a stop at the side of the course, and Alistair's stopped to help him along.
The guy in green,
Alistair is going to try and carry his brother home. Dramatic scenes in Cozumel as the Olympic champion carries his younger brother towards the podium.
Oh my God, I cannot believe what we are seeing here, Matt. Is this allowed? Is he allowed to help his brother? Is that part of the rules? I'm not too sure. We've never seen anything like this before.
Unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable scenes in Cozumel. The Brownlee brothers arm in arm, but it's not by way of celebration. Henry Schoeman's celebrating. He's going to win this race in Cozumel out of nowhere. But we have to be concerned about the health of Jonathan Brownlee, and they're not even on the final stretch yet. Schoeman wins in Cozumel. The brothers are coming home arm in arm.
Before they cross the finish line, this gets me going. This is amazing, and this is my motivation for training, for being, and it's really hard to articulate why this is such an uplifting part of humanity. Watch what the brother who is supporting him does.
To finish in second and third, but Johnny can hardly stand, and Alistair is having to drag him across the line and pushing him home for second. Johnny finishes in second. Goodness.
That's amazing. That drives me to train to be the best that I can. Not so that doesn't happen to me. I'm not looking at it that way. But so that you can do your best. And when your best is still third, you know, he was gonna finish third, all things considered there. He doesn't even think about himself and just passes, you know, he gives of himself to ensure that his brother gets second. That's motivating for me. Things like that. So whatever it is that works for you, and take that on board and use that to help your motivation. So the last thing I want to talk about is being prepared. So with your workouts, in terms of motivation, people often say, Pete, you know, how are you motivated? One is because I don't let myself not be. It sounds really simple. It's really difficult. So there are days that you don't feel like training. So this morning, went training, and for reasons that I won't articulate, we had to stop. Well, I beg your pardon. I had to stop, and then so I missed out on part of my workout, and that's fine because these things happen, and that's absolutely fine. But now tonight, I'm going to try and do that workout again. Right now, I'm like 6-7 hours away from having to do that workout. Jeez, I don't feel like doing it. But you know what? I'm going to prepare myself. I'm going to have my bag packed. I'm going to have my gear in my bag, and I'm going to tell myself, you're going to do it. So that's fine. So it takes the equation of I don't feel like it out of the game. Don't worry about it. I've just told myself, you know, come 6 o'clock, I'm going to do that workout. How good does it have to be? Who cares? I'm still going to do it. That's what matters. So be prepared for your workout, and just don't give yourself an out. You just say, look, I'm packed for it. It doesn't matter how good or bad that workout is. I'm just going to do it, because doing some workout is better than no workout. And then you celebrate the fact that you've still done it. So we live in this society now where, you know, you give yourself a slap on the wrist. If you didn't go to the gym, you'd be like, dude, I should have gone to the gym. Yeah, you should have. And the thing is, unless you're sick, in which case you shouldn't have gone to the gym and you made the right call. But if you're feeling good, let me just change this up. If you're feeling good and you didn't go just because you didn't feel like it, then seriously, you pat yourself on the back when you do go. Because even if it wasn't up to your normal standards that you think you should have on yourself, you went and you did something and you pat yourself on the back, and from that comes passion. Because you thought, you know what, I didn't feel like it, I went anyway, and it felt great. That's where passion comes from. And that's how you then develop that motivation that you see in a lot of those really high-level trainers and athletes, where they're just like, you know, they go and they smash themselves. People say, man, you were going so hard. And they're like, I know, and it felt so good, I was legless. People look at you and they go, what? How hard was that workout? Oh, man, it was like death on a stick. It was so good. That's what we're after. That's passion. That's loving what you do. And a lot of people find that in a lot of different mediums. But for fitness, in my opinion, my humble opinion, it comes from celebrating your own successes, no matter how big or how small those are. Cool. That's our podcast today, my friends. Talking about motivation and how it's not what most of us think it is. It's not that random urge to be like, you know what, I'm going to go to the gym and kick it. It doesn't work that way. Not often. Anyway, it works by thinking, I'm going to pack my bag, I'm going to be prepared, I'm going to go to the gym, and then I'm going to feel it. So when you finish your workout, you can say, yeah, I kicked it. Cool? Awesome, gang. Hope you have a wonderful day. Keep that in mind. Make sure you pack your bags, have your towel, have your shoes, do whatever it is you need to do today, and then give yourself a pat on the back. Feels good.